welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Tizzy from CZT Hanny Waldburger, also known as Zenjoy. I don't know if that's maybe Instagram handle, not sure. It was on her step out, so I wanted to make sure to include it. Okay, it's a neat tangle. Cute story behind the name. I was thinking kind of opposite, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. This can start off with any shape that you want, as long as it has some corners. When you take a look at Hanny's step out in the description section, you'll see some other shapes that she's done. But I'm gonna stick with the step out, and we're just gonna do a diamond. Ish. Let's get that corner a little bit better. Okay. All right. Then we're just going to make orbs, sort of, around. Or you could think of it as just a curved line. I kind of think of it as it's an orb, but we're using the hollowbow technique to have it go behind. And today I will be proving that you don't have to be able to draw anything as the looks of this right now to be able to do Zentangle. Zentangle is magic. All right, so I've gone around once each corner, and then we're just going to continue to go around. You pick the spacing that you want. We call this the aura, or aura-ing. And I'm turning the towel because I think I've actually found a pretty comfortable way to do this. Usually, and I could try it that way. For whatever reason, usually when I'm doing a curved line, I will say, and it's part of the instruction of Zentangle. You plant your hand, the heel of your hand, on the table, and then you get this nice natural curve. And so we'll turn the tile just to keep the hand comfortable, and then also it kind of maximizes consistency if we utilize that, what naturally happens. And I kind of getting like the back part of it, but bottom line is you find a way that you're comfortable and stick to it, and make sure to turn your tile. So if something's it's like, oh, this is just not feeling right, give your tile a turn and see what happens. All right, now, as you can see, I was going around in succession, just continuing that same stroke, getting larger and larger as I was auraing around the last round of it. So when I get to this part, then you kind of make it up. It would be nice if I had made it so that way, these were all consistent. But you know what? This is Zentangle, and we don't use rulers. So I'm just going to do like this and squish it in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here and squish it in. That'll be fine. I love that about Zentangle is that it just doesn't matter. We can just, that can be the mantra. It just doesn't matter. It's all good. All right. Now, once you have everything kind of tightly around, then we're gonna continue to go around, but this time we're gonna start it from. So I'm gonna aura this, but I'm gonna start it from the last aura like that, as you can see, and then end like that. Although I really should make it more of a round. I kind of had it straight going in there. That looks a little better. We'll be shading in there, so it's all good. And then this, you just keep going around as many times as you wish. I'm going to just fill up the space. Now, in reading about this on Tangle Patterns, which is where I found it, and that is the For More Inspiration link. So do take a look again, because you'll see Hanny's step out and neat samples. So cool ways that you can use this. but then also for the story behind the name. And so she said she was trying to find a name for it. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to skip because that one kind of goes off. I'm just going to jump over here. Um, and she had a friend that was, you know, helped her with the name and said it makes her, you know, say something like it makes her feel in a tizzy when she looks at it, or it makes her feel tizzy, and maybe that meant dizzy. I don't know. Um, I thought of it the opposite way, as like, oh, you know, it could kind of look like, you know, tizzy, like frantic, or because Hanny is, wait, is she Swiss? She says the funny thing is in German we have an expression. I'm reading from Tangle Patterns. We have an expression for this for tizzy, which says kind of, I'm totally out of the grid, and so it does fit this. And anyway, so it's a cute little story. I was thinking, oh, you know, kind of. I was thinking like ripples, and doing something that's repetitive takes me out of my tizzy. And so anyway, I was thinking opposite. And in the end, it doesn't matter. It's a really cute tangle, and something nice just that you, as a fill in, or you know, maybe it's a feature. You could have fun if you wanted to decorate any of the um, any of the rings, you know, that you want. You could fill some in. This is where if something went awry, you know, take a look at that first. You know, when you're all done, it's like, okay. And if you can find it, if you can't find it, then you don't need to worry about it, right? And that's where then I would take a look and say, oh well, I think here, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever would fit the bill for, you know, whatever the issue is. But just know that um, that is always a good idea. So what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna go down to the original, our diamond there. I'm just putting some graphite in this crease, and like I said, I'm not going down just where I started alternating them, kind of like the tangle. Was it like there's a tangle called Hybrid and Be Tweed that are similar to that, where you know they have that look. All right, and now I'm going to bring it out to both sides, and if I decide to, I could go more, you know, into those if I want to, but I want to just start here because it's nice just to see what it looks like first. When you know what you want, when you kind of know what you want to do. Like I said, see, now I don't remember where it was. There was the one place where it was a little bit more square than rounded. Where the first one, when I was the first one of these last bits of aura, but you don't end up seeing it when you do the shading. That's kind of like a course correction in and of itself. Ooh, that's neat. You know what? I think I'm going to bring that in just a little bit more, because this can create like a shine. But I just want to bring it in a little bit more. And leaving that gap, that's what helps. Oh, yes. Like it. And I think I'm going to, let's make it a little bit more dramatic in that crevice. So putting a little bit more graphite. And this, I'm just bringing it out a little bit, just spreading it, yeah, not as far because I don't need to. I have the gradient already kind of built. I just wanted to have that be a little bit darker in the center there. Neat. You know what? I am going to do one thing because I saw it on, I think, one of hers, and that was, and actually it seems like oh no, some of them she fills in. Yeah, that diamond. I kind of like this, filling in just maybe just this one. We'll see. And this is where things you can course correct. was this one that I wanted to really bad. Yeah. And maybe this one too. Oh, I like it. That looks neat. But it still feels like it needs something else. Now I could elevate that, but you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do a little. We'll do a little shading inside there. And sometimes I don't know which. Oh, no, let's go this direction. Yeah, maybe like that. You know what? Just go all the way around. Sometimes that ends up looking neat. Um, but and I imagine you could have extra fun with that center. Although it's a nice contrast having just kind of that openness with all of these aura lines. So really neat tangle. Neat, neat, neat. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, would love to have you click the like button. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed yet, would love to have you also subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share it, leave comments, and all of that. I mentioned the description section. I always do my own version of the step out. And then, so you'll find that as well as Hanny step out. I always list that as for more inspiration. Below that, ways to connect with me if you wish. I have a link to my website where you can see I have some Tangle collections. I've been putting them in categories such as, I'm not sure where I'll put this one in. This one, because depending on what you do with it, it could look flower-y. So I don't know if I have that one filled yet. It's a work in progress, but I do have some listed there under Tangle categories. I teach classes almost twice weekly, so you can just nose around and see what you can see. I do have links to my other social media. I don't think I have one to the Facebook group though. I'm gonna have to double check, but I do have that at the very end of this description, or almost the end. It's the last link, so you could follow my Facebook page, and then if you want to hang out with a bunch of crazy and wonderful Tangle addicts, we'd love to have you. So there's a link to the private Facebook group there. Just know that I have there's required questions to gain entry, just so that way you know. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.